Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving straight into some powerful research material from Dr. Sudhyendra S.G., and it's all designed for you, for educators. We're going to look beyond just teaching subjects and get into how we can teach the actual art of learning by building habits that stick for a lifetime.
You know, as teachers, we've all been there, right? You deliver this incredible lesson. The students are buzzing with energy, they're totally fired up. But then, a few days later, that spark just kind of fizzles out. So the big question is, how do we move past that fleeting motivation and build knowledge that actually lasts?
Well, this research suggests we might be looking in the wrong place. The answer isn't to just demand more grit or more willpower from our students. It's about helping them build better systems. These automatic, almost effortless systems that do all the heavy lifting for them. And the most powerful system the brain has? You guessed it. It's the habit. So here's our game plan for this explainer. We'll kick things off with the why, understanding this idea of automatic learning. Then we'll peek under the hood at the brain's habit loop. After that, we get super practical with 4 laws for building habits, a dead simple method to keep them going, and we'll wrap it all up with a toolkit you can literally use in your classroom tomorrow. All right, let's jump right in. Section 1, the art of automatic learning. Let's really get into why habits are the brain's ultimate secret weapon for efficiency. You know, our brains are fundamentally lazy, but I mean that in the smartest way possible. They are absolutely wired to save energy. So if you repeat an action enough times, the brain just goes, okay, got it, and puts it on autopilot. Think about it. You don't need a motivational speech to brush your teeth, do you? It just happens. Now imagine if daily review or studying felt that automatic for your students. That's the goal here.
So how does the brain actually build one of these automatic behaviors? Well, there's a blueprint. This 4-step model, made famous by global performance researcher Charles Duhigg, is running in the background of our minds all the time, whether we realize it or not. Every single habit, good or bad, runs on this exact loop. It all starts with a cue. That's the trigger that kicks things off. That cue leads to the routine, which is the action itself. Then comes the really important part, the reward. That's the little hit of satisfaction that tells your brain, hey, that was good, remember this. And when you repeat that loop enough, it builds the final, most powerful piece, belief, the deep down conviction that this whole process is worth it. And the power of this loop, it's absolutely staggering. Just look at this case study of people training for a marathon. Group A, the group that was just told, hey, go train, had a 35% completion rate. Not bad. But Group B, they were taught to engineer the loop. They set up obvious cues, like putting their running shoes out the night before. And they built belief with group support. The result? A 100% completion rate, a 65 percentage point jump, just from designing the habit intentionally. Okay, so we have the blueprint. Now, how do we become the architects of good habits? For that, we can turn to the work of another researcher, James Clear. He's distilled this whole process down into 4 simple, practical laws we can use to design great habits for our student. Law number 1 is, make it obvious. This is all about the cue. A vague goal like study more is completely useless because the cue is invisible. A good cue is specific. It's crystal clear. Something like, when the lunch bell rings, the first thing I'll do is open my chemistry notes for 5 minutes. See? It's impossible to miss. Then we have law number 2. Make it easy. This one tackles the routine itself. The key here is to reduce friction. Lower the barrier to entry so much that it's almost effortless to start. So instead of a goal like read a whole chapter, the goal becomes open the textbook. Instead of do 30 math problems, it's do just 1. You make that first step so simple that it actually feels harder not to do it. Third, we have to make it attractive. We need to link the learning habit to something students actually want, something they genuinely desire. You could do this by letting them listen to their favorite music while they do a tough review session. Or you could frame it differently. Learning a language isn't just about grammar. It's the key to understanding the lyrics of their favorite K-pop band or watching international movies without subtitles. And the final law, the one that seals the deal and closes that loop, make it satisfying. Our brains, they're wired for instant gratification. A good grade that's 3 months away, that's way too far off to be motivating. The reward needs to happen right now. And it can be so simple, like the pure satisfaction of putting a check mark on a to-do list or getting a sticker on a chart. It's that tiny, immediate hit of job well done. So, is there a way to package all 4 of these laws into one simple strategy? Absolutely. And one of the most powerful methods is wonderfully visual. It's often called the don't break the chain technique. This method was made famous by, of all people, the comedian Jerry Seinfeld. And it's brilliant. You just get a big wall calendar. For every single day you do your learning task, say practicing Spanish for 15 minutes, you get to draw a big red X over that day. After a few days, you've got a chain, and seeing that chain grow becomes its own motivation. Your only job is to not break it. And look, this isn't just some cute productivity hack. It is backed by data. A study of language learners found that the ones who used this simple chain method practiced over 40% more than those who didn't. Why does it work so well? Because it makes your progress visible and incredibly satisfying. It turns what could be a chore into an addictive and positive game.
So, let's bring this all home. Drawing directly from the principles in Dr. Sudhindra S.G.'s research, we can put together a simple, powerful toolkit for you, the educator, with strategies you can start using in your classroom right away.
Okay, here are 3 classroom-ready tools. First, a public classroom chain board. Make that progress visible for the whole class. Second, design micro goals with immediate rewards, a simple check mark, a point on a chart, even just specific verbal praise. It works wonders. And third, launch group habit challenges. That shared journey, the peer accountability, that's rocket fuel for building that all-important final step of the habit loop, belief.
So I want to end with this thought. When we as educators shift our focus away from just temporary motivation and toward building these durable, automatic habits of learning, we're giving our students something much bigger than just facts and figures. We're giving them the master skill for life, the ability to learn how to learn. And once they truly have that skill, just think about it for a second. What can't they achieve?